I went to the movie theater with low expectations. I mean, how could they pull this thing off? But once again, I was blasted off my seat. Let me diagnose this sick movie for you.
I feel like everything's gonna work out fine. Who the hell are you guys?
How is it possible? All these teams, actors and characters together crammed in one movie. How the hell did they do it? Looking at the directors, there is already a clue. The Russo brothers have made some of the most successful MCU movies. They are on a winning streak with movies like Captain America, Winter Soldier and Civil War. What else have they made? Not many big movies actually. The thing I know them for is Community. I was quite surprised to this, and I can see some small links. Like the characters Troy and Abed are in Spider-Man Homecoming and The Winter Soldier. It seems the directors have teamed up with the same writers from Captain America, Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, who are also known for writing the Chronicles of Narnia. The movies it is. So pair up the writers of the Chronicles of Narnia and the directors of Community. Somehow it ends up as the best Marvel movies. Another big surprise for me was that the actual mixing of the Marvel styles worked well. On forehand I was afraid it was becoming quite a jumbled up mess. The Avengers together with Captain America and Thor and Spider-Man, we've seen that. But how would they fit in like the style of the Guardians of the Galaxy or the Doctor Strange or the Black Panther? In what movie? Somehow they managed to put this puzzle in a hole that got me plastered to the screen the whole time. It resulted in amazing but also very funny team-ups. The one I liked most was Thor with Rocket Raccoon.
Oh! Wipers! Wipers! Get it off!
They had really some genuine touching moments together trying to know each other. Even Thor shedding a tear while he is explaining his history and his motivations through a rocket. Very powerful acting, Chris Hemsworth. Awesome. But the most entertaining bit was Thor constantly calling Rocket Raccoon Rabbit. More power, Rabbit! But of course, the star of the movie is the villain, Thanos. Somehow he has got it into his thick blue or purple skull that to balance the universe, he has to eradicate half of his inhabitants.
Half! I take half his shit!
He feels that there is a huge overpopulation problem. People are living in poverty and he wants to end this and make peace. Achieving that through mass genocide doesn't seem to bother him at all. You can't help but wonder why he's so hellbound on achieving peace by terrible means. What happened to him that he is so blind to the suffering he will create? What are his motivations? There are many theories about this. What do you think that drove him off to kill half of the characters? Please leave a comment in the section below. In the movie itself, we don't really find out, so we can only dive into theories and backstories from comics. But I guess this is the one flaw about this movie. It doesn't tell us why Thanos is the way he is. We don't understand his motivations. You immediately wonder what trauma caused his mind to be twisted in a knot like this. Some say it has to do with the tragic backstory of his home planet Titan that suffered destruction, which he wasn't able to stop. Some say Thanos believes in a concept called Malthusianism. Population growth is usually exponential, but the growth of resources is not. So at some point there's gonna be a problem. And by eradicating half of the universe, at least the problem will be postponed for a while. Thanos may have some ideas about the universe being unbalanced, but why go through all this trouble and drama? It would have been nice if some of his motivations were more obvious in the movie, apart from just wanting world peace. A motivation so bland and regurgitated, even Miss Universe wouldn't mention it anymore. Thanos has some pretty interesting scenes. Already in the first 10 minutes, we get treated with a fight between the two characters with the most aggro. Thanos versus the Hulk. Man, pulling out the guns this quick? Freaking Thanos versus the Hulk already? Popcorn eating increasing. It's like, okay, we're gonna see some serious shit. But before the fight starts, one of the minions of Thanos is trying to stop the Hulk. The rest is like, no, let him have his fun. And then I'm like, oh shit, Hulk is going to get his ass whooped.
Lois, why did you buy this?
It was on sale.
Also, again, in the Avengers movies, the action is crystal clear. It's bright, it's brilliant, it's colorized, it's so freaking clear. I remember a time, way back in the time of Transformer movies, it was a mess. You didn't see the action. You could not see who was fighting who. It was very lazy directing, in my opinion. Just build up to a fight, create a giant mess, and only so show the results. But with these Avengers movies, and this one is no exception, it is so vibrant, clear, colorful, and no blur. And having so many superheroes with their own abilities created many creative possibilities to make amazing fights. I especially liked the team-up fight against Thanos on Titan. It's the Guardians, Doctor Strange, Iron Man and Spider-Man all together fighting with freaking portals. Fighting in portals would be like... Also, the end fight in Wakanda was fantastic. It was great action and emotion and also humor. Funny dialogues. I am Groot. I'm Steve Rogers. But there was one thing that was missing from this part. Thor acquired Stormbreaker, a new weapon. And he launched that freaking Stormbreaker from I don't know how many kilometers or miles out of the sky to the ground. And the thing that missed was, of course, the freaking Immigrant Song, man. Why didn't they use it, man? It was the perfect moment for the Immigrant Song. More about the Immigrant Song in the Thor Ragnarok review. Check the link over there. That leads me to another interesting point in this film. All the male egos. That fight on Titan, they almost had Thanos. But Quill lost his shit again after losing somebody very personal. We've seen this before in the Guardians movies, and for now we thought he would know better. Nope. He doesn't. I really understand his motivations, why he does it. But if he had not been in this fight, it was over. And half of the universe would still be alive. Thanks, Quill. If you see all those male egos, you wonder why the movie even works at all. Whether they are true alpha males or just wannabes? I don't know, but just think about it. Thor, Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, Peter Quill, Captain America. Not all of them cause a problem. After all, Thor remains the most huggable Viking in the history, and Captain America always put his friends first. You'd imagine the cocky, intelligent and calculating Doctor Strange would meet up his match with Tony Stark. Although they tease each other endlessly, they still respect the other's intelligence somehow.
You could destroy life on a scale hitherto undreamt of.
Did you seriously just say hitherto undreamt
Are
of?
you seriously leaning on the cauldron of the cosmos?
Is that what it is? I'm going to allow that.
One of the biggest clashes is between Stark and Quill. They are a very different breed of men, and it results in some funny and awkward bickering.
Let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except it sucks. So let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good.
Wow.
Stark seems more like a father figure to the group. People naturally gravitate towards him and listen to his orders. Quill is like a teenager who won't be told what to do. He gets really intimidated by Thor's presence.
How's this dude still alive? He is not a dude. You're a dude. This is a man. A handsome, muscular man.
It's like his muscles are made of Kotati metal fibers.
Stop massaging his muscles.
Quill even lowers his timbre of his voice when meeting and talking with Thor. No, you're not. You're not taking our part today, Saul. His happy-go-lucky attitude is nice for the lighter moments in the film, but in the end it may also be the cause of their failure. One thing that also helped lighting up the dark themes of this movie were the minions of Thanos, and especially Ebony Maw. They were quite intimidating and gloomy, but they had very funny lines too. That wizard minion, that Ebony Maw, I think it's a very powerful character. If you look into the Marvel Wikia lore, he has an announcement whenever he is going to enter or to invade a planet with Thanos. He has a message to that planet. In every planet he's like, wait. Hear me and rejoice. You have had the privilege of being saved by the great Titan. You may think this is suffering. No, it is salvation. The universal scales tip toward balance because of your sacrifice. Smile, for even in death you have become children of Thanos. That is so funny. It would have been nice to see more of those kind of lines of those minions. Now let's talk about the biggest thing, the finger snap. Half of them actually die. I don't know if these writers were trying to top Shakespeare, but dude, it is quite obvious that whoever wrote all those Marvel stories are trying to tell us something about loss. People are losing their mother, father, siblings and loved ones left and right. But what is there to learn from losing half of your characters? I mean, sure, everybody in the movie theater was like, when they all died. Especially the scenes with Black Panther or Peter Parker. Ooh, that got some moments in the crowd. Spider-Man is in the arms of Iron Man, like a son dying in his father's embrace. I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry. And then he vanishes. Well, it's better than Tobey Maguire. Please, I don't want to go. I'm sorry. It was a shock, but everyone was expecting some death in this movie. Only the question was, who? Interestingly, only the originals remained. It's like the original Avengers. It is Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, Black Widow. I think Hawkeye was not in this movie. But they all live. All the other Marvel characters you've known and you've got acquainted, they're all gone. I'm also sure that a lot of people will know that they will be revived. Only the question is how. Because, you know, sequels. I'm pretty sure they will use time travel to make it happen. We have an Infinity Stone, that the Time Stone, that can alter time. Or I read articles and you saw some interviews about the producers of Captain Marvel that will air in 2019 before the next Avengers, and that film will take place in the 90s. The after credit scene in Infinity War involves Nick Fury before disintegrating, sending a page before saying "motherfucker." After that you see a pager and you see a Captain Marvel logo. So somehow they will, So the biggest question is, how will they do it? There are several comics with different storylines. So this cliffhanger is a clever marketing trick that will have us speculating on what and how until the next movie. Well done. Before I give my final verdict for this movie, I just wanted to tell, back in January of this year, challenged myself to review all the Marvel movies up to Infinity War. Looking back, I all want to thank you for being part of this journey and sending me those awesome comments. By setting this goal, we've learned so much. And now we are looking forward for more challenges. Well, don't worry, I still will be reviewing Marvel movies from time to time. But we're also gonna continue working on making list videos with movie trivia. Keep your eye out for my next one on my favorite subject, time travel. But here is my verdict. I want to give this movie... I don't feel so good. I mean, sure, everybody in the fucking wasp. Got scared, man, sorry.